What's going on, everybody? Chase with IW Hockey, joined again with Dan Rich, Product Development Manager for Sherwood Hockey, and we're here in Calgary with your full line of Rekker Legend Goalie Sticks. Now, before we start talking individual models, tech, and spec, what style of goalie would you say you developed this line for?
One that can stop a puck.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, look, goalie sticks for us, it was important for us to have a modern day goaltender in mind. So what are the characteristics of a modern day goaltender? Tends to play the puck more than what we look in the past, if you will. A player who likes to control the rebounds, and a player looking for durability and maneuverability. So those were what we took into consideration when we started developing the Legend Goalie program.
And I think when we start talking about materials first, really tends to that maneuverability point that you're making, because you're bringing in modern day high-end technologies that we do find in some of the player sticks as well into this Rekker Legend Pro line. So what are a couple of those features that make this such a high performance stick that competes with the best out there?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, the uniframe technology we went with, so that gave us a true one-piece construction throughout, which allowed us to actually start playing with the kick point of the stick. Our Black Line 25, or in this case, in the Legend Pro, the Silver Line 25, tinted silver, to give us that true durable partnership with Mitsubishi in our Pyrofill technology, so Pyrofill carbon fiber. That allowed us to create an amazingly balanced product, lightweight and yet very strong, very durable. So having something that has an incredible balance point, great balance in relation between the blade, the shaft, and the paddle, whereas you have a little bit more to consider when doing goalie sticks as opposed to player sticks where it's paddle and shaft. Now you're looking at three significant components: the blade, the paddle, and the shaft all have to work well together in that layup to ensure that you've got a properly balanced product.
So we talked about balance, but let's talk about overall dampening, because in all three of those zones we find unique features that really lend to dampening that shot vibration. So starting us off with the top here, let's work our way down. What are a couple things that are really going to make it a little bit easier for the goalie to play out there?
So great point, and actually if you do break it down in the three areas. So from the shaft perspective, we've all, as players, have all been frustrated when you actually have the goaltender beat and you hit the knob of the stick. So the shaft actually is a little bit more rounded on our goalie, in our Legend Goalie family. That's intended to actually make them more durable. Those rounded edges are less susceptible to chipping damage and breakage than a sharper corner. So having that mobility for the goaltender as well, as they go from stance to play the puck or to a poke check, if you will, you've got that rounded ability, so you've got a little bit more maneuverability in shaft, but a little bit more durable because you don't have those sharp edge corners. So that's how we address it in the overall shaft. As you move down into the paddle, we're very happy with our uniframe construction, which has a flat front for rebound control and a muscle back, or that convex back, so rounded in the back. So similar to like you have with a cavity back golf club, where you actually have a large sweet spot because you've got all that muscle in behind. So that's what we've been able to create with our uniframe technology, with that flat front and that rolled back, muscle back, if you will, on our goalie shaft. Then we move to the blade, and with our Silver Line 25 weave, you've got great durability and very lightweight, but as we've done with our player sticks, we add the I-92 dampening. With goalie, we actually reference it as G92, but again, it's an effort to give it a little bit more vibration dampening, so you have that dampening layer inside the weave, inside the layers of the carbon fiber, creating a little less vibration on impact and better rebound control as well.
And to finish us off with playability here, you briefly touched on it before, but let's talk about that G-Fire kick point and how just this unique one-piece construction allows you to do something you weren't able to do maybe years ago.
Two things in our goalie stick line that actually allow, certainly in the Legend Pro and in Legend 1. The G-Fire kick point is allowing a goaltender to generate some pace, because now you truly have a kick point in your goalie stick. Traditionally, you were only getting a bend where the paddle connected with the shaft. Now actually we've got some flexibility built into the paddle so that the player can actually step behind the net on a dump in, stop that rim around, and actually make a great breakout pass, because you've got a kick point where they're able to generate a little bit of velocity on the play. So the other thing that actually promotes the goaltender to play the puck is our Go Fire. And the Go Fire zone, the Go zone, if you will, stands for glove over, but also go, let's move the puck. What we've done is we've added a tactile grip component in through the back, And now traditional goaltender will take their trapper and actually lay it over top. Right. So we have it moved up and down in various positions depending on whether he's playing with a high trapper position or down low to really put some jam on it. So the GoZone is intended for the goaltender who likes to move the puck and gives them an opportunity to get their trapper in a position, they get their catching glove in a position where they can move the puck and get it to that defenseman or make a great breakout pass or score a goal in that empty net position.
Now, we covered the Legend Pro, which is great for that elite level goalie looking for all the bells and whistles. But when you take a look at the Legend 1 here, you see a lot of similar technologies that you just talked about. So again, more of a performance price point, but still a lot of elite level features here. So can you touch on a couple things that really make this stand out?
The various changes, we still have our Featherlight XT on the Pro. So that's our best balanced product, the best relationship between blade, paddle, and shaft. When you move towards the 1, we go a little bit more robust construction, and we move into our Blackline 6 weave. So you'll notice the weave in the blade changes slightly. Again, a little bit heavier. We still have our muscle back, if you will, on the paddle. So you've got that rounded back and a flat front. Again, still a very, very well-balanced product. So this is still actually our Featherlight XT product. But again, we still have the GoZone as well. So all the features and benefits that you were expecting from the Pro, you do get in the 1, just in a little bit more robust construction. So exactly the same thing we're doing with our player sticks, we're actually doing in our goal sticks as well. G92 offered here as well, but not in the same amount or same quantity that you have in the Pro. So
just more the key areas.
Exactly, the key impact areas. And then when you move to the 4, obviously you're looking at a price point here. So the GoZone does not have the tactile grip. You're still in the same uniframed construction. No G92, however.
Right.
But you have that flat paddle with that muscle back, again, to help with that stability and eliminate the vibration, if you will. So better rebound control and better stability when the goaltender's at stance.
Perfect, Dan. Well, I've said this before and I mean it every time. Thank you so much for having us out here and walking us through the really exciting Legend Pro Goal Stick line.
My pleasure always, thanks.
And for you at home, want to check out the entire line of Legend Pro Sticks from Sherwood Hockey, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.